the intellect help you explore your overseas options.
Hello friends, we are back as promised in the last video with another example of writing an introduction for the task 2, and in today's example we would see how to write an effective introduction for the problem solving essay. Hello friends, as promised in the last video, I'm back with another presentation on writing an introductory paragraph. As we have discussed in the last presentation too, that introductory paragraph generally comprises of paraphrasing and the thesis statement, and in some situations, if the situation demands so, we could also use the concession. Coming to the paraphrasing, which is basically a rephrasing of the given statement in our own words, however without changing the meaning. So the meaning should remain the same, and rephrasing can be done using synonyms, changing the word forms, or by changing the sentence structure. Today's question is about more and more students at university today are not choosing to study science. Why is this happening and what are the effects of this? Yes, you have guessed it correctly. Today's topic or task is not an agree-disagree as we have discussed in the last video. Rather, it's a problem solving where a problem has been presented and its causes and effects have been asked for. So the first thing to do over here is to think of alternatives for the nouns and verbs that are given in the question. For example, students, university, today, not choosing, study, and science. So the alternatives or the synonyms for the students could be pupils and disciples. Veracity or post-secondary or higher education institutions could replace the word university. Opting and selecting could be used in place of choosing. And for science, we could use the word scientific courses, discipline, or domain. And now, the rephrasing using just synonyms without changing the order of the sentence would appear like this. And here, if you could see, that word ever increasing has been used in place of more and more. Students has been replaced with the pupil. University has been replaced with veracities. Here it is used as a plural. The word science has not been changed, it has been retained. And as discussed in the last presentation too, that there is no compulsion to replace each and every word. Some of the words could definitely be retained. Another example of rephrasing, just using the synonyms, could be the increasing magnitude of disciples are not going for science courses in the post-secondary institutions. Here again, only a different set of words has been used, and there's nothing more than that. Now moving on to the next type of paraphrasing, where we not simply use the synonyms, but we will change the order of the sentence. We do some of the tweaking, like the things at the end could be brought forward and vice versa. For example, now in this case, a small tweaking has been done. Now, as we know that not going for a particular thing means that item has lost its popularity, is not popular among the individuals. So the same concept has been used here. Now the word popularity is used as students are not going for or not choosing the science. So that is why we have used here the word the popularity of science courses among the pupils at a veracity is waning these days. That means the scientific courses or basically the science courses are losing their popularity among the university students. And another set is by just changing the order. Here what we have done is the place that is university, the thing that was at the middle, has been brought to the beginning. The sentence has started with this and rest has been taken to the back. Coming to the thesis statement, unlike the agree-disagree question, which warrants you to present your stand in the beginning or in the introductory paragraph, there's no need to give your stand. In fact, it's not required at all in this type of questions, problem solving. Rather than presenting a stand or a position, what is more important in this case is to present a roadmap or present the ideas or arguments that you're going to discuss or that you're planning to discuss in the essay. So a complete introduction for problem solving question would appear like this, where the yellow text is showing a rephrased statement, whereas rest is the thesis statement. And in thesis statement 2, you could observe there are 3 ideas. The increasing complexity of the subject and cost have been used as the reasons responsible for losing popularity of scientific disciplines, whereas the pace of innovation has been presented as impact of this particular trend. So this clears that, this gives a fair idea to the examiner or to the reader that in the paragraphs to come we would be discussing about the increasing complexity of the science and cost of this course as the factors responsible for this particular trend, whereas the pace of innovation will be presented as the impact, that how this has affected, this particular losing popularity has affected the pace of innovation. In the summary, you could see that in problem solving type of questions, the first thing to be done is rephrasing, which is just restating the statement. Could be used we could rephrase the statements or the question either using simply synonyms or by changing the structure. In the case of thesis statement, we should present the roadmap of what to expect from the rest of the essay.
Hope you would have liked the video, and the video would have given you a good insight into the concepts of paraphrasing and thesis statement. We will be coming with another video on the body structure as well as evaluation criteria. Till then, bye.